Hey everybody, it's Craig back with another Mortgage Minute, and today I'm back with Chris and Katie Bradds. How are you guys doing?
Great. How are
Good.
you today?
Doing good, doing good. They are with Bradds Realtors and Property Management LLC, and I wanted you guys to come on here because I've got a question for you. Why do more people not buy properties for investment property? We know how good of an investment it is. We know how good of a return it is. Why do you think more people don't do that?
We think it's based on fear, just the unknown of what it means to manage or be a landlord, fear of being a landlord of a
Okay.
property. Mhm.
And I agree with that 100%. I think at the end of the day, that's where someone would say, man, yeah, I've heard that's a good idea, but I don't want to be a landlord. I don't know how many times I've done this 20 years. I don't know how many times I've heard that phrase. I don't want to be a landlord. So
I think,
here's
Craig,
the
it's even one step further. I think it's an irrational fear of the unknown. So if they
right.
actually if they know what they're doing and they won't have that fear anymore. So
Yeah,
if you educate yourself on the process, you'd be good with it and you'd understand that it's like going to a restaurant. You could fear that they're going to make you sick, but most people still go because
sure.
they've gotten over that fear. But if they get over the fear of buying property and owning it and having an investment, they won't fear that anymore. And it's
Yeah.
about tenant selection and buying them right. So
Mhm.
And so what we say is, okay, well, you don't have to be a landlord. You can be an owner, right?
Mhm.
And so to do that, they would work with a property management company, just like what you guys do.
Mhm.
And then I think the next obstacle or next question people have is, okay, well, that sounds good, but what does that cost? And that's a fair question, right? Like nothing in life is free. So you guys do something really cool, and I forget what you call it, but what is it you guys will do for someone prior to them buying a home to help them understand some of the numbers? What is it you call it?
It's a REO cash flow estimate so that
REO cash flow estimate. Okay, so REO is real estate owned. So tell me about that. Like, what is it that you're going to be able to help someone understand doing the REO cash flow estimate?
so if someone calls and I've been doing it this week with some people, say they're calling and they say, hey, I was thinking about buying this particular address or a house in this particular price range. I kind of want to know an idea of what something like that would rent for. And so then we can talk about numbers to see if it makes sense for, so by the time that they take out what we charge for our fees and
Hmm.
what they would be getting in rent, probable rent, then they can see what they're looking at, what their bottom line is on monthly cash flow.
And that's huge because if you think about it, like if I'm going to go into buying an investment property and I'm like, hey, you know what, I don't want to be a landlord. Okay, so only way I'm going to do this is to utilize a property management company. And then I talk to you guys, and for whatever reason, let's just say that the deal I'm looking at, the cash flow just doesn't work for me. Guess what? I don't do it. Okay, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say the majority of the time the cash flow really does work.
Mhm.
And we can take it a step further. I mean, if after talking to Chris and Katie, you get your REO cash flow estimate, if you want to talk to me, I can even put a report together to tell you the net worth benefits over a time period of what that investment property would bring you. I have a strong belief. There's a lot of people choosing not to buy rental property, and it's costing them potential, increase in net worth just because they just don't know. You guys are doing something really, really cool. This REO cash flow estimate, that is huge to tell somebody what their actual cash flow for that property might be.
And the cost to the person is a phone call. We're
Yeah,
we're available to answer questions and have a chat about it. We have a lot of experience, so it's not costing the person anything other than a little bit of their time and some gaining some knowledge.
yeah, absolutely. So, what's the best way for someone to get in touch with you if they're thinking about buying an investment property and they want to get an REO cash flow estimate? How can they reach you best?
The best thing to do would be to call at 615-569-0393, which is my cell phone, and
Awesome.
or text me. But then we're really good about getting back with people. and having a conversation fairly
That's
quickly. We're
that's
easy
awesome.
to talk to.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. No, you guys are awesome. So we're going to put that in this post. We're going to put that in their contact information in there. But yeah, reach out to Katie and just say, hey, I'd love to get an REO cash flow estimate. Look, if you have other questions, I mean, she can answer other questions about owning rental property, but that they're a huge asset. And let me say this, and Katie said it before, but the other reason that you probably want to strongly consider working with somebody like Chris and Katie is you may think, well, I don't mind being a landlord and I don't want to pay a property management company, so I'll just lease it out myself. You might be costing yourself some money because they might be able to tell you, like, you know what, you can lease this for more than what you're leasing it for. And so it might be worth dealing with professionals that can help you truly maximize your investment. And that's exactly what those guys do. So, well, awesome. Thank y'all for hopping on here with us. And if you've got questions about, financing a rental property, we'd love to help you with that. 615-498-5626. And I appreciate y'all watching.
Awesome.
Thank you.